for the sign of Gemini for June 25th. Let's take a look and see what's going on with my Geminis out there. Hello, my Moxie, if you're listening. Let's click here. All right. Let's get right to it. Hi, Chantel. What's going on? All right. Are you a Gemini, Chantel? All right. Here we go for Gemini. For those of you that want to see the picture-in-picture, you can see these. I'll try to hold them up for you, but you can see these on the YouTube in picture-in-picture. So let's see, the Moon card, emotional, a little bit. You're finding yourself to be a little emotional lately. You know, a lot of these cards have some depth to them, okay? They have like, you know, one tone versus another, right? And so sometimes it's one of those aspects that kind of pop up first. There's the Moon here, which has to do with emotions, but also fear, progress as well. Oh, of course I love you. Scorpio right there. I love my Scorpios. All right, so the Moon is first, and it's a major card. Now, for those of you who haven't been following me, the back row of this inverted pyramid is our come from, and then moving down into the further meanings. And your back row is talking about shining. You've got the King of Wands, things that you feel that are necessary for you to physically do. Wands is work, things that we labor after. We also have the King of Cups. So if you look at the moon having to do with emotions, it has the the Piscean symbol in the moon. But these are pillars of knowledge, like where we're going from where we've come from and what steps we're taking next. There's a lot of learning going on with you right now, Gemini. You've got the Page of Wands. And if you notice here, he's got the temples in the background. We've got the pyramids. And then we have the Book and Fire, a little bit of knowledge that's going on. I'm curious if any of you are taking on a new modality or going back to school. This doesn't necessarily mean higher education like the Hierophant would indicate, but definitely maybe a small class, some continuing education, taking a new course like meditation or astrology. You know, or even something for your computer. But summertime and the sun is in play. So balance is one of the things that Gemini is looking for right now. If you look at the sun card, it shows all of the different elements of the zodiac in their completion and their wholeness with the yin yang in the bottom, which is balance. The sun also has to do with receiving attention. So you're feeling like the spotlight's on you a little bit. In the next row, you know, we went over those briefly, but they are like a whole picture here. I can tell you that based on the tone of things here, there's slight bit of confusion on how you should act next. Act meaning behave, things we do, because you do have a lot of wands. I don't feel like this has to do with work in the moment as far as employment goes, but I'm seeing enjoyment, fun, and pleasure. But this is new to you for some reason. Maybe some timelines have shifted where you're typically working a lot and have more liberty, or the other way around. But I also see that whatever it is you're doing next is going to be involving joy and having a good time. You're moving forward from the Moon card, which also incorporates a little bit of fear. So what is it that Gemini is worried about? I mean, are you concerned a little bit about how things are going to play out in these next few steps? Not too much worry, but at least a little bit enough to be pointing at anxiety a little bit. This isn't the Nine of Swords where we're obsessing, but there's just a lot going on. So you're not sure you have enough, I don't want to say acuity, but energy, because I can see here by the Knight of Swords, and then I saw another Knight of Coins. So impulsive spending might be a part of your game right now, or maybe you're beating yourself up about a purchase. Doesn't necessarily mean impulsive. This is that whole thought of like, that was a rookie move, right? And then we have the Knight of Swords too. So this is some things that you're saying. So you're finding that you're maybe you're not as in good control of your mouth, your language, your expression, your conversation as you once were. I know I recently snapped at someone and I beat myself up about it for 2 days because I've been doing so good about keeping my peace, man. And then here I go running my mouth like, girl. So are you beating yourself up about something that has to do with maybe how you've communicated or how things have landed, so to speak? So the reason why I say that a lot of joy is coming your way, we have the Three of Cups, and the Three of Cups is our card for joy, chemistry, fun, partying even. Three of Cups, woohoo, right? This is right next to that impulsive card. You're worrying that if you go and have a good time, that it was impulsive. I tell you, that's just as valuable as putting money in your 401k. Having a good time in the life you lead gives life to the life you lead. We need to infuse joy into all of our little doings, even the things we do at work. I do see partnership coming for you. Like maybe if something has been out of alignment, maybe we'll come back into alignment. And for some of you, this might even indicate some new relationship energy or a relationship taking the next step for you. So for some of these Gemini placements, I'm seeing sorry, I was just taking an astrology class before this, or some of these Gemini people, there's a move. So how many of you are about to like move, whether that's an office or even like cleaning out an attic or a basement? But we have the 7 of coins, which is a move. So some of you are moving into a new place or looking at a new place. Can't tell you whether that'll be positive or negative, but I can tell you that it's not forced. It's not something that you have to do, or you have the Tower card where it feels like things are falling down. The Empress is in play. I'd like to bring up a couple of your major cards that are going on here because they're beautiful together. We have the Moon card, which is fear, but it's also referencing a necessary journey. Going to the dentist is necessary, but we're just afraid to do it. That's not a really great, joyful example. However, you have the 3 of Cups there with it too. So things are going to turn out better than you had expected. But your major cards in play today or for this week is the Moon, the Sun, the Magician, and the Empress. Now, kings and queens rule together. Emperors and empresses are kind of solitary and alpha. So when you have an Empress in play, it means that you're looking to nurture the next few steps, to nurture the development of something, and it's going to be up to you. So in truth, what that kind of references is that the Empress is requiring you to do more than just say you want to do something or go out and get the one thing. This is about teamwork. This is about nurturing, doing things in love. With the Magician in the center of your reading, right next to the 3 of Cups, it's the Magician having a lot to do with communication. If you notice in the bottom of this card, we have the Mercury symbol. It has to do with communication. And what is a magician but up on stage? The curtain's up. It's go time. You have all the elements that are required for you to succeed. So the Magician talks about mastery too. So what is it you're asked to show up as? How is it you're expected to show up with what only you uniquely can bring to the table? Because that's what the Magician is all about. So nurture some of that. Queen of Coins right below your Empress card is talking about, you know, fortifying your finances, fortifying the things that you do for money. Yeah, so key components, like I was saying, is the Magician. So there's an admonition behind the Magician that asks you to ask yourself, where is it I need to speak up? Because this should be coming forth with confidence. And I mean, with all of these really strong placed cards, the Sun, the Magician, and the Empress, you really do have the cards stacked in your favor. So have a little confidence right now. I was listening to a song recently called Sanctuary by Tony. Crap, I can't remember her last name. Anyways, it's called Sanctuary, and she was talking about confidence in biblical proportions. I was like, wow, that's a stunning way to look at things. It's a lot of confidence, huh? Let's look into your moon reading. And we're going to be using this tarot deck today, which I'm excited about, if it's not all backward. Yep. Some of it was. Okay. All right, Gemini. Gemini moon for you. Your circumstance, your mood, your emotions, and how you're thinking. Okay, Gemini, here we go. Ace of Wands. Always a decision in front of you. 3 of Wands. What is it you're watching, Gemini? You got a lot of wands here. Whew. And again, I want to just tell you that your congruency card is the Magician. So between your general spread and your moon reading, you have a consistent card, and that one is your Magician. Oof, there's a lot of, I did it because I said I would. That's my Moxie Gemini. I can tell you that right now. You have the Queen of Wands and the the 9 of Pentacles, both of which are referencing how we are being seen. Now, for some of us, this could be like how we're being presented on social media if we're in business in a certain way. Or like, let's say you are literally the Instagram model. How am I being seen? Or even for those of us that do church, right? There's certain behaviors that are expected, or rules to be followed, right? But mostly this is about how things look. This could be anything from your appearance to how your integrity is being viewed. The Queen of Wands is about that refinement. You also have the Nine of Pentacles. All of these, including the Magician and your Sun in the general spread, is saying that you're going to be getting quite a bit more attention or being asked to speak out. For some of you, this is going to look like, you know, teaching a class, being in front of a Zoom meeting, talking about your expertise, actually speaking somewhere, or even like taking leadership in your family dynamic where you have to speak up on things. Maybe this is you bringing your dream forward on social media or launching your website, putting yourself out there front and center. You also have the Chariot card: action, activity, intensity, focus, going places. I can see maybe part of your fear in the general spread is having to do with money, because we are seeing the Five of Pentacles. So that's difficulty in finances. Yet the leading card in your reading is the Ace of Wands, which is decisions and pivot points in work. You also have the Justice card in play, which tells us that some items might be being put into contractual paperwork or things with which there's an agreement made, or legal matters. It would be like buying your business license for said website. So there's also the Six of Wands, which has to do with recognition. If you notice here, this warrior is coming back from a war and he's attaining the laurel wreath, which is akin to getting like a badge or a medal for something that you've done. So don't be surprised if you don't acquire some recognition for some things that are going on. Maybe somebody will acknowledge that. I can tell you though, Gemini is feeling stuck, may not be telling others the secrets that you have, but you can't see your way out of a problem, and you are committed, right? You know that you're committed to these things. Gemini is tired secretly, and you're not letting others know that you need support. Look at this: Nine of Wands, exhaustion. Four of Pentacles, feeling cheated or as if someone isn't holding up their end of a bargain. Feeling left out or as if agreements weren't honored. You have the Ten of Cups too, which is perfection. The fantasy isn't lining up to the reality here with these and how you say you want things to be. You've got a lot of this energy, which is, I want this ideal. This is the Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is that Disneyland, right? You hear me talk about that one all the time. Disneyland isn't real. It's a set of false fronts and rebar, paint and costumes, and it's a script. Are you being immovable, Gemini? Maybe that's what's coming up because your expectations are very, very high. And therefore, you know, expectations are the root of all disappointment here. What did you expect, and were you expecting it from the wrong person? My best friend likes to say this phrase: if it's heavy, put it down. You do have the Nine of Wands, right? This is a lot going on. It's heavy. It's not all, you know, this is the burden too and the duty. So how many things are you telling yourself that you need to do? Because there is a lot of duty here. And, you know, I'm not seeing exhaustion, but I am seeing a little overwhelm and bottoming out, because the Eight of Swords is saying that you can't see your way forward. And a Gemini gets that analysis paralysis, a little bit like Libra, where you try to take two sides of the story and communicate the way that you do. And perhaps you're not being able to communicate, the Magician, the way that you'd like, or people aren't hearing you. That might be part of this frustration. All right, I am going to pull a card from Divination of the Ancients. Hopefully this has helped you get a little clarity and insight on what's going on with you. Patience is key with yourself, most of all. Let's pull a card from Divination of the Ancients and see what your message is for this week. To book your one-on-one, visit karmaondeck.com. There's also classes going on there and spiritual mentorship for those of you that want to take that a little bit more seriously and have some guidance on that. Hit me up. Also, like, subscribe, and share my YouTube. I'd love to have your company there, and you can see the cards picture in picture for those of you on my other social media platforms. And also the playlists are searchable for your site. All right, here we go, Gemini, for you. Guidance. Woo! So tarot or guidance, I mean, get a tarot reading. Take a deeper look at where your blind spots are. Take a look at your astrology. Where is your guiding principle founded? Do you have a strong guidance system? Do you have a mentor? Or, you know, this is the time to start looking for one. If you're the leader, as you're shown to be in a lot of this Empress energy and etc., it's time for you to start communicating what your needs are. So who are you getting your guidance from? this might be part of the reason why you're feeling bottomed out.